morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your food down if you have some food, because I'm going to be talking kind of fast, like Brother Antonio said. I'm going to be talking kind of fast, but I want you really to understand what I'm getting ready to say, all right? Because what I'm getting ready to say is probably the most important thing you'll ever hear in your life up to this point. That's how big this is, and I'm about to drop on you right now. Because it's going to change your life if you allow it to. Because you are where you are right now because of the thoughts that you think. The thoughts that you're thinking right now brought you here in front of me right now. You are where you're going based on where your thoughts take you. Based on where your thoughts take you, you are where you're going. See, my name is Jay Jones. I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and I'm a professional fighter. See, I fight every day. If you look at my business cards, you see my boxing gloves. I got my gloves up because I'm serious. What am I fighting? I'm fighting ignorance. You understand? That's a hell of an opponent. Ignorance is a tough fight to have because ignorance is everywhere. And ignorance is just like air. Every time you walk out, you floating on a bed of ignorance. But guess what? Just like a tugboat in the water, a tugboat can float on the ocean forever if water don't get inside it, right? Am I right? A tugboat can float if water don't get inside. You can float on negativity if you don't let it get inside you. You can float on negativity as long as you don't let it get inside you. Does that make sense? Am I talking too fast? No. Am I talking too fast? Don't need to slow it down? Y'all got me. Y'all follow me so far? So I'm fighting ignorance. That's number one. Then guess what else I'm fighting? I'm fighting fat. I'm fighting fat, y'all. I'm fighting fat because fat is killing our people. Fat is killing you. Fat is killing your grandmama. Fat is killing your brothers, your sisters, your aunties. Fat is killing black people at a massive and alarming rate. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to learn how to get healthy. Because you can't fight anything if you're unhealthy. Everything you put in your mouth, I want you to notice. I want you to notice. I want you to notice. I told you I want you to notice this is going to change your life. Everything you put in your mouth, you're either doing two things. Every single time you put something in your mouth, you're doing two things. You either feeding or you fighting disease. Every time you put something in your mouth. With that water, what you doing? You feeding, you fighting disease with that water. You don't know? Are you feeding or are you fighting disease with that water? You're fighting disease. What's your name? Ray? Ray, give me a high five, dog. First of all, thank you for giving the right hand high five, not the left hand. Beautiful. Every time you shake a man's hand, don't never shake it with the left hand. Words to live by. To be a grown man and have respect for yourself and the man you shaking, give him the right hand of fellowship. All right? The right hand of fellowship. What's your name? Joshua. What is it? Joshua. Pleasure to meet you, sir. What's your name, young man? Daniel. Shake my hand like a man. There you go. Are you a grown man or a young man? You're a young man, but you're a man nonetheless. I want you gentlemen to already know there ain't no boys in here. You start off, we never come into the world full grown. Everybody got to come in the world as a child and develop. But you're developing mental training. This is called Menformation. So we're transforming you from them little boys who don't understand nothing, who's scared of everything, who are intimidated by the world, into men who can stand up and talk proud. When I ask you who you are, announce yourself like you're proud of your name. What's your name, son? Eddie. Thank you. What's your name, son? Thank you, sir. We're fighting, gentlemen. We're fighting ignorance because guess what? Ignorance is everywhere. When you turn on the radio, you hear ignorance. When you turn on the TV, you hear ignorance. When you get on the internet, you see and hear ignorance. Is that by accident? No. It's by design. And you know this, but why do we continue to do it? You should be teaching each and every little dude that's in your community the stuff that you learn in here. And you should teach it because it's the right thing. What's your name, young man? Randall. Randall, that's what I like to hear. Thank you, Randall. Because we're talking about a job. We're talking about ways to make money. I don't believe in jobs. Jobs, to me, is an acronym. Does anybody know what an acronym is? What's an acronym?
It's a short letter for a word.
Beautiful. It's a way to take words and create sentences. J-O-B, just over broke. J-O-B stands for just over broke. What does that mean? That means you get a job, you get it just enough to survive. That means you get a check, you buy a house, you buy a car, the money you get goes right back out. You ain't grown. But when you create an opportunity for yourself, then you have an opportunity to go as high as your talent can take you. You have an opportunity to go as high as your mind can take you. I saw you gentlemen playing video games. There are young men your age designing video games right now. No excuse. Word up. How old's the oldest person in this room? Oldest person in the circle. How old's the oldest person in the circle? 15. 15. That's a wonderful age. How old is the youngest person in the circle? How old is that? 6. What a fantastic age. Because both of these gentlemen are in the prime of their life. You all live in the information age. Information age. Does that make sense? That means in your pocket right now, or in the pockets of your parents, is the gateway to all the information ever known to humanity. It's called the internet. It's called the internet. Now, what do we do typically on the internet? Play games. Search. No, what do you do on the internet? Look up cars. All right, what do you do on the internet?
Watch YouTube.
Watch YouTube. What do you do on the internet? Instagram. What do you do on the internet? Twitter. What do you do on the internet? What you do on the internet? What you do on the internet? YouTube?
Play games.
YouTube? YouTube. Play games. All right, boom. What you do? Listen to music. What kind of music? Jay-Z, hip-hop? Okay, what you listen to? What you do? You do what you got? What?
Music.
Music. Okay, boom. I hear music. I hear Instagram. What you do?
I look up stuff on it.
Okay, all right. We're getting close. What you do? And Vine. Okay, cool. Now listen. What do you do? Play what? Pac-Man. You play Pac-Man back and stuff? What do you do? At 6 years old, what do you do online? Watch movies and stuff, like cartoons or something like that? YouTube?
Yeah.
Watch your brother play games. All right, now let me tell you, gentlemen, what this is. I just told you that the internet is the gateway to all the information known to mankind. Let's rewind, okay? 100 years. Let's say it's not 2014, say it's 1914. We're right here in California. Some of you would be completely illiterate because the education for African Americans was completely subpar. Subpar meaning it was not on the level of anybody else. White people had an education here, black people had an education here. Thank you, sir. This is the problem. I'm getting ready to hit you to what this problem is. It was illegal for you to learn how to read a little over 100 years ago. Illegal. So if somebody was trying to teach you how to read as a little black boy, they would go to jail. Did you know that? Did anybody tell you that? You knew that. Okay. Now, if you knew that, let me tell you. Now you have the internet at your disposal, but what you doing with it? You've got an opportunity to learn knowledge where you can become anything. You can learn anything. You can be designing computers instead of playing on them. You could be designing music. Dr. Dre just sold his company for $2 billion to Apple. Billion. Beats by Dre. How many of y'all heard Beats by Dre? Have ever heard of it or seen it? Of course you have, because the marketers make sure you know that. They make sure that you know Beats by Dre because they want you to want it. They want you to play the video games when you get knowledge. Instead of getting the knowledge, they want you to sit there and zone out and be a zombie. They want you to be a zombie. They want you to get addicted to the pills, potions, powders, promises of a society that wants to dumb you down.
Zombies are not real.
What's not real? No. What's not real? Zombies are not real. In the zombies that you see on TV, but a zombie is somebody who's zoned out, who's plugged out. When you see people walking like this with their computers, with their phones, texting, that's a zombie.
They get snatched.
But that's a zombie because they're unaware. Yes, they get snatched. They get snatched because they know they're zoned out. Yeah, they're going to snatch it. They might get hit in the head with a hammer. Some little black dude was doing that, running around people. Because we don't understand that the one thing we can control is ourselves. We can't control society. We can't control the world, but you can control this. This most powerful muscle between your ears is called the brain. And if you don't use your brain, somebody will use it for you. If you don't use your brain, I'll use your brain. How do I use your brain? By programming you to destroy yourself. Niggas, the music, black women, bitches, hoes. Don't get nervous now because you rock to it on your own. Don't get shy and coy now because you know the reality. I'm just keeping it 100, my dear young brothers, because I was not always an adult. I, too, was a young, curious black boy, just like you, down in Savannah, Georgia, trying to find my way, trying to figure out what direction was the right direction in a world that was confusing. I know your situation. I know your fears. See, they want you to just want to be a damn basketball player. They want you to want to be LeBron James. They don't celebrate the open heart surgery. Do you know the first open heart surgery ever performed in the United States was performed by a black man? Yeah. Did you know that? Yeah. That's good. If you knew it, bless you. But if you didn't know it, why not? Because you don't know your history. You're lost. You got amnesia, but it's not your fault. But guess what? You got the internet. You can just type in Black history on YouTube and sit there and learn. But you don't want to do that because you want to be on World Star Hip Hop, seeing who got beat up, watching your own people destroy themselves, and we laugh at it. Man, look, y'all the next generation. See what I'm saying? You know the names of them, and it's not funny. It ain't funny to me because I'm scared. I'm scared to death. Y'all supposed to be getting better, but y'all getting worse, and it's not y'all fault. That's why I'm here today. That's why these brothers in here today. These people love y'all. They love y'all. Y'all parents got you here because they love y'all. They don't want to see y'all being a victim. Y'all seen these cats going to jail? That's the new plantation. Trying to get some rims, trying to get a necklace, trying to impress somebody. The biggest fear of all human beings is the opinion of other people. You scared of what other people gonna think about you. My hair ain't fresh, my shoes ain't fresh, I ain't fresh enough, so I got to do what I got to do to get fresh. That's a fear. Once you master yourself and you are no longer afraid of the crowd, the opinion of the crowd, then you are no longer a sheep. You understand? You become a lion. You become a lion. But you can't be no lion if you're ignorant. You become a sheep. I don't care if you big as LeBron James. I don't care if you big as LeBron James. If you ain't got no intelligence, you still a slave. You still a slave. In a modern day society, in 2014, my job as a personal trainer stemmed from the fact that I took care of my body. And that's a problem in this society because people don't take care of their body. So you know what I did? I found the problem and solved it. That's what you got to do. Stop looking for a job. Look for a problem and solve the problem.
If you don't respect yourself,